5 habits that quietly destroy your mind, your energy, and your future. Maybe you're thinking this is just another one of those videos you click on while scrolling through YouTube, swimming in a sea of dopamine. You know the type, a video that seems deep for a moment, makes you nod, maybe even comment something thoughtful, and then gone. You close the tab, open another app, watch a few clips, maybe something explicit, and forget everything you just heard. Those insights that could have changed your life. They vanish into the same black hole where most of your focus goes. But this video, this conversation, is meant to be different. I'm not here to sell you quick productivity hacks or promise that you'll fix your life in 7 minutes. I want to talk about 5 habits you absolutely cannot afford to cultivate if you want to live with mental health, real productivity, long-term thinking, and genuine motivation. Qualities that are becoming rare, dangerously rare in our society. And you know exactly what I mean. You see it around you. Maybe you even feel it in yourself. So before you skip to another platform, before you scroll away to TikTok or Instagram and lose yourself in people dancing and selling illusions, I want you to stop. Listen, think. When this video ends, close your phone or laptop and reflect. Don't just consume these ideas, apply them. Because if you don't, this will become another act of self-sabotage. Another time you avoided confronting what's actually keeping you stuck. 1. Toxic relationships. The first habit you must eliminate from your life, no exceptions, is maintaining toxic relationships. You know who I'm talking about. That person who always makes little jokes that sting. The one who smiles to your face but talks behind your back. The one who constantly drains your energy, makes you doubt yourself, and yet you keep them around. You convince yourself they're not that bad. You tell yourself everyone has flaws, but deep down, you know they're hurting you. They're like an infection that your body keeps fighting in silence, until one day your system collapses. A toxic person is not just someone difficult. They are a psychological parasite, constantly pulling energy from your emotional immune system. You can only fight off so much before you burn out. Cutting these people off might feel like pulling a rusty nail from your foot. It will hurt. You'll bleed. But that pain is short-lived compared to the infection of keeping them close. Every moment you hesitate to remove them, you let the poison spread a little further. Remember the metaphor of the nail. It's better to face temporary pain than to live with a wound that never heals. So, make the hard decision. Step away from people who manipulate, mock, or minimize you. Your peace of mind is worth infinitely more than their company. 2. Sedentarism. The second destructive habit is physical stagnation, being sedentary. It's not just about skipping workouts or avoiding the gym. Sedentarism communicates something much deeper. It tells your body and your brain that you don't care. It tells society, and most importantly yourself, that your own well-being isn't a priority. William James, one of the founders of modern psychology, once showed how the body influences the mind. When your body is inflamed, tired, or heavy, your brain reads those signals. It interprets them as emotional fatigue, as hopelessness, as a lack of purpose. You literally feel worse because your body is telling your mind, "We're not okay." A sedentary body is an inefficient system. The enzymes don't work as they should. Your energy circulation drops, and your brain interprets this as low self-worth. That's why people who never move often develop what we call learned helplessness. The feeling that you can't change anything, that life just happens to you. You can reverse this pattern by moving not for vanity, but for vitality. You don't have to become an athlete. Start walking. Stretch. Use your body as it was designed to be used. Physical activity is not punishment. It's your body's way of reminding your brain that you're alive, capable, and in control. 3. Intellectual laziness. The third habit to avoid is intellectual laziness, either not studying at all or studying only one thing. If you stop learning, your mind freezes in the zone of comfort, and soon, even that zone starts shrinking. The world moves fast, and if you're not learning, you're falling behind. You'll find yourself unqualified, unmotivated, and eventually unemployable. Not because you're incapable, but because you stopped growing. And if you only study one thing, you trap yourself in a tunnel. You lose the ability to see the world through different lenses. The word holistic doesn't mean what influencers turned it into. It means seeing the whole picture. Imagine looking at your phone and studying only the case, or only the screen, or only the camera. You'd never understand what a phone really is. Life works the same way. Every subject you learn connects to others, biology to psychology, art to technology, economics to human behavior. When you study broadly, your brain creates more connections, more creative ideas, more flexibility. You develop what psychologists call cognitive agility, the ability to adapt, to link ideas, to solve problems in ways others can't even imagine. So study, and when you study, don't limit yourself. Read philosophy, science, history, finance, literature. You'll be surprised how lessons from one field illuminate another. Curiosity isn't optional anymore, it's survival. 4. The addiction to quick pleasure. The fourth habit to destroy is the constant search for quick pleasure. This is one of the great addictions of our time, the endless pursuit of instant dopamine. The cheap highs that leave you emptier every time. The food you eat just to feel comfort. The video games that numb your ambition. The pornography that steals your drive. The easy books, the half-read articles, the shallow content that keeps you busy, but never fulfilled. Quick pleasures are traps disguised as rewards. They trick your brain into thinking you're satisfied when you're really just sedated. Scrolling through Instagram or TikTok for hours, consuming content that neither teaches nor truly entertains. That's not relaxation. It's escape. And the more you escape, the smaller your capacity for real happiness becomes. Every time you give in to an easy pleasure, you're training your brain to avoid discomfort, and discomfort is where growth lives. I'm not against entertainment. Real entertainment makes you laugh, think, and feel alive. I'm against fake entertainment, the endless feed that keeps you hypnotized and empty. You deserve more than that. Start replacing quick pleasure with meaningful challenges. Read something difficult. Learn a new skill. Exercise your patience. Build something with your hands. Talk to someone without looking at your phone. The more you delay gratification, the more powerful your dopamine system becomes, and the more capable you feel. That's real pleasure, the one you earn, not the one that owns you. 5. Avoiding stress and discomfort. The fifth and final habit to abandon is avoiding stress. Yes, avoiding it. Most people think stress is the enemy, but in truth, the complete absence of stress is just as harmful as too much of it. Think of stress as an inverted U-shaped curve. At one end, too little stress leads to apathy, laziness, and depression. At the other, too much stress leads to burnout, anxiety, and collapse. But right in the middle, that's where growth happens. That's the sweet spot where your brain sharpens, your body adapts, and your spirit strengthens. To live a full life, you must expose yourself to controlled stress. Speak during that meeting. Present that project. Talk to the person you've been afraid to approach. Move to that new city if you can afford it. Start the business you've been overthinking for years. Every stressful experience, when faced, expands your behavioral repertoire. It gives you new tools for future challenges. Stop letting others speak for you. Stop hiding behind classmates, coworkers, or parents. Every time you avoid responsibility, you shrink. Every time you face fear, even trembling, you expand. The goal isn't to eliminate stress, it's to learn to carry it with strength. Stress is the weight that builds your inner muscle. The bigger picture. These are the 5 habits you must stop cultivating if you truly want to evolve. Toxic relationships, sedentarism, intellectual laziness, quick pleasures, avoidance of stress. Each of these habits chips away at your potential in silence. Together, they form a cycle that keeps you weak, distracted, and disconnected. You start tolerating mediocrity, surrounding yourself with people who confirm your excuses, numbing your mind with trivial content, and calling it normal life. But deep inside, something knows this isn't right. You feel the weight of wasted potential. The quiet voice that says, "You could be so much more," doesn't lie. Breaking these habits isn't easy. It demands awareness, discipline, and courage. But it's the only way to build a life that actually means something. Because life, at its core, is a series of trade-offs. You can choose the comfort of short-term pleasure or the reward of long-term purpose. You can choose to stay in the company of people who drain you, or surround yourself with those who challenge and elevate you. You can choose to stay still or move forward, even trembling. The people who change their lives aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who stop pretending they don't know what's holding them back. They're the ones who stop scrolling, stop escaping, and finally face the mirror. So, take a breath. Think about these 5 habits. Where are they showing up in your life? Which one is silently stealing your focus, your health, your motivation? Write it down. Then, take one small, deliberate step to change it today. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, now. Because awareness without action is just another form of procrastination. You already have the tools. You already have the knowledge. All that's missing is the decision. So choose discomfort over stagnation. Choose effort over ease. Choose reality over illusion. Only then will you begin to experience what it actually means to live with focus, strength,